Let's continue. Imitating but inverting what all the characters did to Fernando in the previous chapter, all the women at the end, Lustinda, Dorotea, the innkeeper's wife, her daughter, and Maritornes, surrounded the Moorish woman, attracted by her strange dress, which they had never seen before. Dorotea invites her to stay in the same room as the other women, and she responds with gestures of appreciation. The captive, we now learn he was captured by Moors, explains to everyone that the maiden does not speak Christian. Underscoring the theme of hospitality and respect for women, Lustinda and Dorotea reiterate their offer to serve the woman with that goodwill which obliges all to serve foreigners who are in need, especially since it was a woman who was to be served. Finally, Dorotea asks the captive, "Is this lady Christian or Moor?" His answer focuses the theme of metamorphosis on the veiled woman. She is a Moor in body and dress, but she is very much a Christian in her soul, for she has a great desire to convert. Since leaving Algiers, she has not yet had a chance to fulfill all the ceremonies that our Holy Mother Church requires, but her intention is to be baptized as soon as possible. Now the narrator describes another symbolic encounter. Notice the concatenating comparison of beauties and the power these have over the wills of other characters. Dorotea asks the Moorish woman to remove her veil, and in response, she looked to the captive as if to ask him to translate what they were saying to her and tell her what she should do. He told her in Arabic that they were asking her to take off her mask, and that she should do so. And thus, she took it off and revealed a face so beautiful that Dorotea thought her more beautiful than Lustinda, and Lustinda thought her more beautiful than Dorotea, and everyone else realized that if anyone could equal the beauty of these two, it was the Mooress. And there were even some who thought she surpassed them in certain respects. Then the narrator offers us an excellent summary of the Neoplatonic philosophy, which holds that beauty has the power and grace to reconcile the spirits and wills of others. To top this all off, when Don Fernando asks about the Mooress's name, the captive informs him that she calls herself Lela Zoraida, at which point the Mooress corrects him. No, not Zoraida, Mary, Mary. And just in case we have missed the revelation Cervantes has in mind, he repeats the entire exchange. Now Lustinda embraces Zoraida, saying, "Yes, yes, Mary, Mary," to which the Mooress replied, "Yes, yes, Mary, Zoraida macanje," which means no. Everyone now sits down to dinner, and Don Quixote gives the first half of another of his famous speeches. This time, it's the familiar humanist debate between arms and letters. Ironically, Don Quixote claims that it is his knightly profession that has transformed so many outward appearances. In other words, the multiple authors of the text we are reading have had nothing to do with it. Who, among all those living in the world, entering now by the door to this castle and seeing us all in this blessed state, could possibly judge and believe that we are who we are? Don Quixote's subsequent speech in favor of arms is impressive. And it's important to understand that he is distinguishing between soldiers and men of letters, the latter being lawyers and politicians. So his cynical regard for those who, even though they experience some poverty, always manage to command and govern from a throne is not a criticism of literature per se. Nevertheless, there is some paradox in Don Quixote's contrast between the student's humanistic education and Aristotle's or St. Augustine's scholastic defenses of just war. Similarly, when Don Quixote says that weapons have peace as their ultimate object and that this peace is the true ends of war, these are ironic claims made by a man who always uses force to resolve every problem. Finally, we have here something of a self-portrait by Cervantes. In other words, if the soldier seeks peace, Perhaps the soldier turned writer does so as well.